Now, what would you like to know about cardiology?
What do we do?
What would you like to know? Hey, what is the situation?
Somebody comes in and they've got an angina or something.
Okay, so angina.
Call 911.
We put them on, we give them beetroot juice. Why? Because what is angina?
Lack of perfusion.
It's a lack of perfusion, it's a lack of oxygenation to the heart. Well, here's the thing. Years ago, I read about atherosclerosis. You've got two. You've got arteriosclerosis and atherosclerosis.
Yeah.
And atherosclerosis has to do with plaque buildup in the artery. And this fellow from California suggested that it had to do with the intima of the artery and inflammation that was building up in the intima, between the intima and the central part of the artery. And he was almost dropped out of the medical profession for even suggesting that. But now we are looking at, actually we're looking at inflammation as the major cause behind atherosclerosis. But the but now when we're dealing with what? We're dealing with inflammation again.
Yeah.
But there's another thing that we're looking at. Another part could be bacteria.
Yes.
Bacteria migrating from the mouth
Yes.
can cause 1/3 of heart attacks. So, but angina traditionally, historically, is caused by a lessening of the size of the inside of the artery, caused by a plaque that we call an atheroma. Okay? And behind that we have inflammation. So what we want to do is we want to increase the volume of blood flowing through that artery, and you want to vasodilate. One of the things that you can do, first of all, you want to make sure that you stay off of sugar. Sugar, you remember what I was mentioning about, talking about earlier on about how pH, in a pH drop, when the pH drops, the electricity, the capacity drops as well. The cell must maintain its 20 to 24 millivolts. What does sugar do inside of your body?
Drops pH.
That we say that it is fueling the fire of inflammation. Your pH also drops. So you're creating an acidic environment at the same time. And besides, it's not sugar that fuels the mitochondria, it's actually fat. Sugar, when not used, will end up in the bloodstream, and we'll end up with problems with insulin resistance. So we're looking more at that as inflammation as being one of the causes behind angina, for example. So it's inflammation, plaque buildup, and you got to get on the beetroot juice. So really, what you need to do is you need to get rid of the inflammation. And one of the three things that we look at is B6, folic acid, B12. Is that right, Stan? I think that's right.
Exactly right.
That's exactly right. B6, B12, folic acid. Any other heart problems you can think of?
Hypertension.
Hypertension. Okay, not heart, but hypertension. Hypertension could be caused by something as silly as a lack of potassium or magnesium. Right? We know that when you're sodium rich, potassium poor, you hold water back. When we have high blood pressure, we'll give you a pill to make you pee. And that will lower your blood pressure. So what's the correlation between holding back water and high blood pressure? Sodium. Out of balance with potassium. There are certain people, black people have more hypertension than white people, but if you study their environment, then you'll find a lot of essential hypertension is actually caused by their environment. Because what I'm really concerned with are the millions and hundreds of millions of people that suffer from pain all day long.
Yeah.
I mean, all of these very, very, we have one case over here. I'm not going to go running after that guy.
No.
Not at all. Bring me your pain. How about your sore joints? How about your knee? How about your leg, your wonky leg that fixed your eye? You know, all of these things are the ones that I'm interested in, and that's what we're cleared for. We're not cleared, I'm not cleared to go into clinical environments that are life or death. Yeah, heart attack, sometimes you can bring them back as easily as with bee sting, or biting their little finger. You know what the science behind that is that the meridian for the heart actually goes through that finger. That's why I say I've seen people actually chomp on their own finger, an acupuncturist that had a heart attack, and that was the only way she got out of the bathroom. Or even massaging that little finger. Heart one is under your arm, it's under your armpit. Yeah, they're not, there's people that have had stents put in, they're going to be on medication the rest of their lives. They're going to be on blood thinners, so on and so forth. You don't really want, because one of the things why they're on blood thinners is because blood going through the stent actually tumbles and causes a curdling effect. It may cause blood clots, and that's why we put them on blood thinners. It won't affect the device, or the device won't affect that in any way because they're on blood thinners. So even if we increase blood flow, blood rate, we're not going to damage them for that. Improve their health. You have to go back and say, why did you have a stent in the first place? Maybe if we go back to the causal factor, maybe we can correct that. But they're still going to have the stent. I'm not going to take it out. There are so many people that are suffering all day long from lower back pain, from knee pain, from all kinds of joint pains, and so on and so forth, that very complex stuff, I leave that to the medical doctors. They should have come to see you first. And when it deteriorated, degenerated, medicated, and you have a load of toxins in your body that could probably poison the city's well, hell. You know, get help before it gets too late. That makes sense? Yeah. Maybe those FDA guidelines and Health Canada guidelines, Australian guidelines that say, we're cleared for pain. Let's take care of pain. So thank you very much. This has really been 5 wonderful days. I hope you enjoyed it.